everybody. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Respect the Tech podcast today on the RMR Podcast Network. I'm Joey J. Ping from RespectMyRegion.com, and I've got my wonderful co-host today, Rudy Brown. Well, he's not my co-host today. He's my co-host every day. But this is my main man over here, man, on all the technology podcasts. Rudy Brown, chilling down below, you guys. What's going on, Rudy? How you living today?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Man, I'm doing well. West Coast to East Coast connection. And today, Rudy, we are connected to somebody all the way across, I believe, multiple oceans and incredible continents. We have Melanie here. She is the CEO, founder of this useful innovation mindset company where they focus on technology that connects seniors, right, and communication. It's all about connecting people. Melanie, welcome to the show. How are you doing today? You're in France right now.
Yeah, I'm in France, and it's 8 p.m. the time.
Oh yes.
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for spending your evening with us. We appreciate
very
you.
exciting. Very excited to be here with you.
Now this is
I
your
will do
first
my
official
best.
pod. Oh, this is your first official podcast, and I apologize for cutting up, but this is your first official one. So I appreciate you being a guest on the show today. It's an honor to have you. We're going to talk a little bit about your company, Useful Innovation Mindset, your guys' work in the technology industry, and specifically the communication space. You have some of the devices with you today. You showed us those. We're going to watch the video about how they use them and how it happens. But before we get to that, I want, if you could explain to Rudy and I what it is that you guys do and how did you come up with this idea?
I come up with this idea because I had my grandmother who was in a retirement home, and it was in 2012, before the COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And each time I came to see her, I saw that a lot of people don't have many members of their family to come to see them on Sunday or on the week.
Holidays, any of the days.
And on the other day, yeah. And I lived far from about 100 kilometers.
Wow.
I don't know in miles. 100 kilometers far from her.
Yep.
And each time I gave her a phone call, I was frustrated not to see her and to see her face, if she dressed, how does she stand in the chair, things that can reassure me. And then COVID came, and it's put in highlights that elder people have difficulties with our technology, like smartphone, computer, tablets,
web cameras,
yeah. And COVID shows us that they are not afraid of doing video call. But there are like impeachment. They have problems with devices. So I did something very simple. Just I sit with her and I looked around me in her room, and I was saying to myself, okay, what's technology in her room? And the two things that I noticed were telephone, the old landline phone, and TV. And these two devices are made to hear and speak and to see. So I said to myself, okay, let's put the technology to add functionalities like smartphone, to do a smartphone with a landline phone, the old-fashioned phone, and a TV. This is the starting point.
Yeah, because smartphones back then didn't have the FaceTime capability.
Yeah,
all we had was Skype and Google, and maybe a couple other things that were not very good.
Yeah, I tried to teach her how to handle with FaceTime, because it's very simple, FaceTime. But sometimes she muted the microphone, or switch off camera, and it disappeared from the screen. So there is a panic moment. Oh, I did something wrong. How can I go to see you again, and things like that.
Mm.
So in our solution with Coucou Visio, the starting point is an audio call. Okay, grandma or me just call, and by pressing the hash button of the landline of the old-fashioned phone, it launched the video call on the TV, and it's
Wow.
Mm.
just she just
Yeah.
have to press,
One button.
yeah, just one. So she keep the handset with her ear and speak into an ear with it, and see the person on the TV. So the TV is bigger because we have large screen now. So she sometimes she said, "Oh, I think you are in the room with me." Yeah,
Yeah, this is it right here.
yeah, this is right here. Yeah, how does it work?
That's so cool.
Thank you.
So
So
she's sitting right there. She's able to call on the phone, and then the camera connects to the TV. Rudy, what are you thinking here?
I was just really gonna ask, like, how does it work? Because it seems so simple. But I'm sure there's
That's
serious technology going on behind.
that was the only question at the CES. How does it work? Um, it works with two boxes, two little devices.
Mm.
One who is plugged into the landline phone, and the other one who is plugged into the TV and the webcam.
Mhm.
And they had smartphone functionalities.
So it's super easy to install and to hook up. And can you speak about like why you went for something like simple versus like, the complex technology? I know it's mostly because the older people.
Yes, it's very simple because you keep the use of the landline and the TV.
Mm.
You keep the use, so there is no fear about I don't know how to say. There
The
is no fear.
failures, the fear of messing up or making mistakes. It's just
Yes,
they've been using a phone their whole life.
I was gonna say,
yeah,
yeah, they don't have to learn anything new. They're just
no,
basically it's
no,
almost like you made the technology for them instead of them having to adapt to the technology, which I think is super cool.
yeah, and also a very another point. Humans, we love doing things.
Mm.
So by pressing the hash button, there is an action.
Mm.
So the first time I did some tests like fake it until you make it
Mm-hmm.
before the technology. I tried with an old woman who had 98 years old.
Wow.
Mm.
And so I start a conversation on the phone, and I said, "Oh, you have just to press the hash button." And I did with three computers things like Coucou Visio. And the first thing she said to me is, "Oh, this is me. I did it."
Oh, cool.
So we are giving action to people who are sometimes far from action.
100%. I
Yeah,
think
you're
that's
empowering.
powerful, right? Because you are empowering people, right?
Yeah, yes,
You are
yes,
you are you are providing a resource to them where now they can do more with their time
they
during a
can. Yeah,
phase of their life where they're not doing as much as they used to be doing. And that
yeah,
creates hope. That creates better energy, right? I think that's powerful, right? When we think about, our families getting older and these real people and their mental state as they spend more and more time alone as they get older, right? And so it's about connecting people. Rudy, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, obviously this is a this is in France, but how cool would it be for us to be able to utilize that in our own country, right?
Yeah, I was just thinking about my grandmother. The last time I was in Denver, where she lives, she was actually having an issue with like her alarm for the house, because it's something so simple, but she's getting older, so it's harder for her to use it. It would have been super cool to be able to like call her and check on her, not necessarily in that time, but like you just think about these simple things that they can't necessarily
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
So it's like it'd be and I always worry about her because of that, right? So I live in another state and my mom is there, who's the main caregiver or whatever. But I don't really like calling my mom to go through her. And then sometimes my mom is kind of exhausted, giving everyone updates on my grandma. So it would be nice just to be able to call my grandma. And I do call her, but like she's just on the phone. There's no FaceTime or anything like that. So if
Yeah,
I
you can't see her, the color of her skin and her eyes, or if she's still whatever. Like there's a connection element. And Melanie, can you speak to the power of video? Can you talk about the power of the visual, of physically seeing your family, and can you talk about any of the science or data that might go into that you've discovered in your research?
Yeah. Um, when you have a seeing, I don't know how to say that. Our webcam is putting on the top of the TV, so you have a large angle of view. And when you see the room, you see the cat, you see the dog, and you have more subject to speak about. You have it gives some subject to speak about, and large screen on the TV makes that people have the feeling that the person is in the room, like I said before.
Yeah.
We have very I said we are giving action to people, but we are also giving the thinking of not doing a video call. Because when you are older, sometimes you have your grandchild,
Grandchildren?
yeah, grandchild, come to home and say, "Oh, it's time to make a video call with the aunt." But sometimes, like us, they don't want to. It's not the time, or
right.
they are watching their programs on the TV. So just a call. No, come call me later. And okay, so you have so Coucou Visio can give them a large time to do a video call. Don't know if I'm very not clear. Sorry.
No, you are.
No, that makes perfect sense.
100%.
And just to hop in, how was it like received by the market over there? Like, did people love it, or like give us some info about that, like the reception?
Now we have users. We have 10 users because the product is already to be launched on the market, but not today. And users says they don't speak about technology. Never. They never say to me technology. So it's a success for us because they don't speak about technology. They speak about how they spend their Sunday, how they saw the little child having a walk on the beach or on the mountain, or because that's, I forgot to say to you, is we linked smartphone, we linked old landline phone,
Yeah.
TV, and on the other side with a smartphone, like us, for us, a smartphone. So when you are outside for a walk or something, you can just have a call, like a FaceTime for you. And on the other side is Coucou Visio. So you don't have to spend hours of having video call. It can just take 5 minutes to show to grandma, oh, I was in CES. Oh, just see, I'm in CES at Las Vegas. So
That's
it's
super cool. So
yeah.
basically, you're kind of like eliminating that gap. That gap between ages. I guess the
Yeah.
generation gap. Because that's cool that I could just pick up my phone and FaceTime my grandma, but on her end, it's like an actual landline in her
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
She's been using for decades.
I mean, Rudy, I relate to what you were saying, Rudy. My grandma, 84, RIP last year, April, she passed. Some of the most frustrating things was FaceTiming with her just to see her and having it go on mute
Right.
and having it be her face touch it because she's holding it up to her face, right? And 80 years of her life she's holding a phone up to her face like this, right? Not like that. And
Right.
so it's interesting to think about how the technology has to be made. We use that phrase, right, Rudy, meet the people where they're at. And
Right.
Melanie here with useful innovation mindset has created something that truly meets seniors where they're at, in these senior centers, at home where they live by themselves often.
Yeah.
Seniors, I love them. My grandparents, we love them. They don't want the help oftentimes. They don't
Mm.
realize they need it until they realize how much they enjoy spending time with their family on their terms,
Right.
right? Which is
Yeah.
when they want to call, when they
Yeah.
feel like they want to talk to you, when they want to check in and see how you're doing, or when it's a holiday and they're calling all their family members all day long, right?
Mm.
My grandmother is from Germany, and she was always talking with her German friends, always on the phone. She would have been able to use Coucou Visio to talk to her friends on the phone and see them in real life. And that would have made her so happy over
Right.
the last few years. And it's crazy to have met you, Melanie, because this is what it's all about. It's
Yeah.
technology that helps people. Folks, this is episode 3 of the Respect the Tech podcast, man. I'm Joey JP, and we got Rudy down below. This is Melanie. She created this technology out of literally feeling some kind of way while visiting her family, while looking around and realizing, I don't like the way I feel right now. I don't like the disconnect between my family and I. And you know what, everybody? We all have family. We're
Yeah.
all going to get old. This is new. Melanie, how long have you been doing this? How new is this technology for you?
I've been working on for 4 years.
Mm.
Because we have phases like test and learn. We are testing some technology and learn how to go on. Because we had problems, we had issues. This is our fourth
Version?
devices. Yeah, to launch on the market.
Can you
And
hold the device back up for us again? Show us what you do. What do you? How do you connect it and plug? What do you plug in? What do you
okay,
do?
you plug. Okay, so you plug to the landline phone and to
Internet,
to
the
internet.
Ethernet cord, right? Ethernet.
Yeah, this is the one for Ethernet.
Oh, there it
Uh,
is. Okay.
okay, here on the landline phone, on the phone, sorry, the phone, and here for the internet box. You have a phone on the internet box, like
Wow.
we said, VoIP. VoIP.
Yeah. So you just
Yes.
plug that in. I see what you're saying
Yeah.
with the cord. I don't know the correct terminology for the cord, but it's just a simple cord that you can get. Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know that either. I didn't know that the Wi-Fi could do that.
And the other one
Yep. Other
with
side.
the Ethernet, so to have the connection, and two little devices that are not made to be seen.
Hmm.
So you plugged in and you put behind the TV.
Yep.
And behind the phone. So they are not afraid of seeing a new device, something new. This is
How much does that cost? If I was in France, what is the fee for that?
29. This is a monthly subscription.
Okay.
This is without engagement. I don't know how to say. So you can start. You can end when you want.
No
Okay.
contract.
No contract. No commitment.
No comment. Okay, thank you. It's about 29 euros.
Wow.
$28.
Wow, that's a great deal to be able to connect. We're already all paying over $100 for our phone, right?
Yeah.
And we never use it to call our grandparents anyways, so we might as well invest in doing that and hold ourselves accountable. I love it, man. I love it. And this is only available in France. You're on the 4th year of doing this. What do you have coming up? What are you working on for the
That was
future?
my question. The future.
Ah, for the future, European market, and I saw people from Quebec. I don't know how to say in English.
Canada?
Canada. Yeah, Canada. You have Quebec.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And they are very they have question about aging people in
Mm.
this place over there. So they come to see me at the CES and say, "How maybe you can come to our market because we have people who are in need for this kind of device."
Absolutely.
So, so it will be France, then Europe, and then US, but
Okay, North America.
North America. Yeah.
Yeah, man. There we go. That's so exciting, Melanie. I hope everything goes well for you
Thank
on the
you.
growth, on the technology side of things, right? It's all about helping people. This is why we wanted to bring you onto this show is, we respect the technology that helps people. Rudy
And
is an amazing writer. He's an amazing
this
business person. And we both use technology to become that amazing and to think about being able to take video calls for business, to think about working, just to connect and have a laugh, just to enjoy a movie together, right, with your grandparents. That's
yeah,
something that this technology can really do and create an experience. It helps reconnect, right? It helps create action, right? And to create some more motion with those seniors, with those people. Melanie, uh, we don't want to keep you too long. I know you're over there in France. It's late at night. I'll let Rudy end with the last question on the show. What do you got for her, Rudy?
All right. So I was really, really interested in how you came about with the technology because it's crazy how you came up with like technology that eliminates like the need for technology, and I hear you keep emphasizing that. So my question would be like, what advice would you give to like other entrepreneurs who are really looking to develop technology for like, the people out there, maybe not elderly, but maybe underserved populations or, people that people don't think about. Like what would be your advice? Because I love how you just basically saw a problem and you created a solution. So what would you tell other people in your position?
you say like people who want to create something, but they didn't. How can they do that? How can
Mhm.
I did? Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Coucou Visio to me is a low tech technology.
Mm.
As we talked with Joey in the CS, it was IA,
AI.
lot
Yeah.
AI, lot of AI. So we can show that with existent device, we can create another type of device.
Mm.
And if I had one tip, is just to be to speak with people and saying the 5 time why. When
Mm.
someone answer to you with the answer, say why, and another answer and why and why and why and why,
Mm.
and so you can have the real pain, the real problem, the real issue.
I love.
Continue asking questions. Really get to the root of the problem.
Yes. And to make this technology, I choose people that are in the field of IoT,
Mm.
Internet of Things, and I have 5 people who are working to create Coucou Visio.
So you went and found like the experts in the field. You
Yeah.
basically came up with the idea. You went and found the experts in the field, and then basically developed it. I love it.
Yes.
You delegated it. You're like, okay, I have this great idea, so to execute it, I need to go to the people who are already good at creating this technology. Love it, love it. I'm sure
Thank
all
you.
entrepreneurs love hearing stories like that because I notice all the technology obviously is to provide solutions, but it's always stuff that we never think about, like in our day-to-day lives.
Mm-hmm.
It always improves our day-to-day lives, and in this case, of our loved ones and the elderly.
Everybody, this is a third official episode of the Respect the Tech podcast. I'm Joey J. Ping. We've got my co-host down below me, Rudy Brown. I'm in Los Angeles. He's in Georgia. It's an honor to have Melanie Nauvoo here. We really appreciate you, Melanie, being here. Thank you for sharing your story about useful innovation, and thank you for what you've created with Coucou Visio. I'm sure that people in France with their families, once they discover this, once they realize how impactful this can be for their family, I'm sure it's going to be picked up and become very popular. Obviously, this is on our YouTube channel and across Respect My Regions network, so I'm not sure about our France viewers and readers, but shout out to anybody in Canada who cares, shout out to anybody in Europe who cares, and to anybody in France who could potentially pick this up. We encourage you to visit their website, Coucou Visio, COUCOUVISIO.fr. You guys can translate the site to understand it in whatever language you'd like. If you're in France and you need French, there you go. But for our audience, I encourage you guys to check out and consider solving these problems. And if you're in America and you guys really are attracted to this technology, reach out to Melanie. Maybe you can push it further along. Maybe you can figure out how to bring it here. Who knows? But it's all about helping people. Melanie, we usually like to give people the opportunity to end the episode with something that you can share, anything that you'd like to say to our guests. The floor is yours.
Oh, what can I say? Just there is someone said that, I don't remember who, but it said that you need to put some life in your life, but not years to your life. You need to live during your life, but not adding years to your life.
Yeah, add more now. Do more now.
Yeah.
Take advantage of it now, because before you know, they're going to be gone. Before you know, you're going to be gone. It just can happen just like that, right? Yes, Melanie, that's a powerful statement. I really appreciate you for that perspective. How about that one, Rudy?
Woo! Yeah, that was good. I'm thinking here like, I need to actually implement that now.
Like, damn, I need to call my grandparents today. I need to just see them on camera real quick today and see what's up, man. Melanie, thank you again. It was an honor to have you here. Stick around for a brief moment. Everybody, thank you again for watching. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, talk shit about us, but make sure you visit coucouvisio.fr and go support them. Be sure to reach out with any questions. You can check out Useful Innovation on LinkedIn. Just search that and be sure to support. Thank you guys all for watching.